He's the guy who wrote I Am Legend. Not the novel, but the screenplay. So, it would have been interesting just to see, the Batman triumphant happen. But I feel like it would have been such a, really bad film. I understand Schumacher's idea of wanting to go back to the darker roots of Batman, because the idea of doing a Batman film would have been, and the idea of going back to doing Batman would have been great, even though at the time after the films ended, there was supposed to be like a TV show called Bruce Wayne, which is supposed to be like the origin of Bruce Wayne. It's supposed to be like basically Smallville, but it was something that Gotham tried to do. Like, you got to see Bruce Wayne become a vigilante and deal with everything around him. All the teenage angst and all that, and whatever. But instead Bruce Wayne didn't happen. Instead, Smallville happened, and we had to wait, for it to happen. After the developments and works of Batman Unchained, Warner Brothers decided to go with another script, with Schumacher's interest in Batman Year One. Lee Sharpino, a comic book fan, along with Steve Wise, pitched their script called Batman Dark Knight. Like, I'll just write out how they spelled Dark Knight so you can read it on the chat, so for those can see, because it's kind of funny how to say it like Dark Knight. So, they were supposed to do Batman Dark Knight. Dark Knight was supposed to be inspired by The Dark Knight Returns. Had Bruce Wayne given up the life of fighting crime, Dick Grayson attends Gotham University. Jonathan Crane uses his position as a professor of psychology at Gotham University and the head psychiatrist of Arkham Asylum to conduct his experiments and to fear this element that would be used in Batman Begins. During a vengeful confrontation with his colleague, Dr. Kurt Langston, Crane unknowingly injects... wrong idea. Initially, Kirk's transformation to the creature known as Man-Bat. Citizens of Gotham believe Man-Bat's nightly activities is Batman's bloodthirsty return. Bruce Wayne becomes Batman to clear his name and solve the mystery of Man-Bat. Kirk struggles with the man versus monsters syndrome, as he longs to reunite with his wife and get revenge on Crane, while Crane extracts revenge on those responsible for his dismissal of both Arkham and the University. While encountering truths about his past, Warner Brothers, however, decided to not to move forward with this project, instead pass on Dark Knight in favor of Batman Year One and beyond. And my cat just fell into the bathtub. So, there was like another project, here's the weird thing about Batman Unchained. The script has never left the vault of Warner Brothers. It never got released. So, it's weird not to read a script. And it sucks that I can't read the script because some of it... My air conditioning going off. Some of the elements of what you hear about the script, like the trial a Bruce Wayne Batman involving the villains would have been interesting to read, especially the Joker-Batman confrontation. Like, I would love to read it, but fortunately, it wasn't going to happen. Chris O'Donnell revealed in 2012 on Access Hollywood that a Robin spinoff was going to happen after the Batman and Robin film. O'Donnell stated that you would have saw Nightwing, not Robin. That would have been interesting. Yeah, a Nightwing film. In 2000, Warner Brothers was developing this live-action screen adaptation of Batman Beyond, written by Paul Dini, with the possibilities of Bose Yankum directing. I don't know who he is, but as well as the adaptation of Batman Year One. Schumacher had interest in directing it, however, studio amazed and pleased fans with the hiring of Darren Aronofsky. Well, we all know that one. So, I'm going to try to find a script for Batman Dark Knight script, just to read that one. I feel like it's a letdown not to read Dark Knight's title. I don't know. It's such a weird title, if you ask me. You could have just went like Dark Knight. But instead you... Where is it? So, I want to do this rant real quick. I know I was supposed to do reading a script and all that, but 2019 has been a good year because of the podcast and all that, but there's been one thing that bugged the fuck out of me 2019, and it's not the Cardinal season. I recently found out that Krypton was canceled. And I know Warner Brothers is doing a lot of shows now. And here's the thing that bugs the fuck out of me. You canceled Swamp Thing. Thank you. You canceled Swamp Thing. A show that I really enjoyed. I've been waiting years for a fucking Swamp Thing show. That looks amazing. And it did look amazing. It had the right elements, the right direction. You had James Wan and the people behind The Conjuring involved. And you made a really good script with a really good element. And you canceled it. And I understand it got canceled because of taxation, wherever they filmed it. despite the good reviews and the praise of the show, you don't bring it back. Instead, you were like, we're going to move forward with this, this, and this, and this, and this. Listen, I'm happy Doom Patrol has another season. I'm happy Titans is coming soon. I'm sort of happy with Young Justice. But, fuck, you canceled a good show. And you don't even have the decency to be like, you know what? We should bring the show back. We should bring Swamp Thing back. You know, people love it. But no. Krypton. Now, unfortunately, I know Superman stuff. Because I read the Superman comics. Even though I'm more of a Batman, aficionado than a Superman fan. But Krypton was a good show. Krypton was a really good show. You got to go into the history of Krypton. What made it the way it is before it got blown up. But you canceled that show. Despite favorable reviews and people liking it. But you canceled it. And instead, you still keep going with all these shitty CW shows. I like The Flash as much as the next person. But I am tired of the stupid fucking soap opera. I'm just tired of it. And it's so boring. And I don't understand why you keep a show like Legends of Tomorrow on. And I know there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, well, Legends of Tomorrow is a good show. You got to give it a chance, I gave it a chance. And it was fucking boring. It was really boring. I don't care about who White Canary's having sex with. Or who she's hooking up with. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of it all. I mean, you know why people like Legends of Tomorrow and they're so defensive of it? Is you have one good character, and that motherfucker show got canceled years ago. And they could even bring that show back. I would rather seen Constantine on CW than Legends of Tomorrow. And half the characters on there are not even interesting. They're just like leftovers from The Flash and Arrow. I mean, why is the Atom even on there? Because the guy played Superman? In a failed Superman movie? I understand he deserves redemption, but seriously, his character has no development. He's like the smart guy. He's like the Tony Stark, minus the charisma. And you got the one dude who was on Prison Break. Captain Cold was like the whole reason people watched the show. Because Wentworth Miller has good acting ability and he's very likable. And you got rid of the guy who started the whole team. Like, he gets knocked off of the show and nobody cared. And where is Hawkgirl and Hawkman? Where are they at? You didn't even finish their story. Instead, you kicked them out the door before even giving them closure. Anyway, I look forward to Watchmen, by the way. Even though it's more like Who Woke the Watchmen. But and you have Batwoman. And I can't wait to watch that show just to rip it to shreds. I cannot wait to rip that show to pieces. Even though the Batsuit looks more like a ripoff of Batman Begins. By the way, if you look at the photo of the Batsuit, it looks more like someone took the Batsuit from Gotham and just decided to add extra layers to it. Because they couldn't even come up with their own Batsuit. Anyway. I feel better ranting that way. I just was so aggravated.